Hello once again, my friends, and this is a collection of stories from our friend Babsy-kun, who wrote about the Neckbeard Club, or when a Neckbeard runs a club, rather, and that's what this is. This is several chapters from that. So, without further ado, here we go. Guys and girls, girls and guys, gather around and feast thine eyes, for your good friend Babsy-kun has returned from the land of the dead, i.e. work, to bring you the continuation of Obelisk the Tormentor and Friends. If you're wondering about the title, fret not. The stories themselves aren't big stories, just small ones to sate your illustrious appetite for some neckbeardery. But anyway, off to the stories. By the way, I uploaded 1.5 a long time ago, but I realized it was a little too short. So, it's back again. When two robots claim a Denny's. This is a very short story that doesn't really involve Obelisk, but two of the other beards in the Games and Cards Club that I used to hang out with. Don't worry, they weren't really that bad or anything, just kind of robots, basically. Also, don't fret or worry, I still have more stories to tell about Obelisk. Just think of this as an appetizer to the following stories. Speaking of food, though, that's what this is about. The cast, aside from myself, Caster. He named himself that after the servant class of the same name in the Fate/Stay Night. A literal Cambodian robot. 6 foot tall, thin, 5 o'clock shadow. This guy ate, shat, and slept computer. I'm pretty sure if Geth, the Mass Effect alien AI race, in case you didn't know, and I didn't, existed, he could probably communicate with them. He was interesting to talk to, despite me not understanding all of his technical mumbo-jumbo. Dietrich. Less of a robot than Caster, but still just as emotionless. He's more of an internet troll than anything. 5'8" with a bushy beard. Like I mentioned, these two were also in the GAC, along with their own posse. But unlike me, they both carried their gaming laptops everywhere they went. This was before they completely converted to the PC Master Race, so they were more sociable at the time. These two were inseparable. I've had many adventures with them, but the one I'll always hold on to and laugh at, to tell to those who listen, is when they decided to camp out in a Denny's for an entire weekend to abuse a dumb loophole that is the unlimited pancakes. At the time, Denny's didn't have a limit to the amount of pancakes you could get. I really want to believe that it was because of these two that made Denny's change this policy. But yeah, these two madmen stood in a Denny's for an entire weekend with nothing but their laptops, playing MapleStory and eating pancakes non-stop. I only hung out with them on Friday when they started, mainly because I was a console peasant and didn't own a gaming laptop. We sat at the edge of the restaurant, one of the round seats, you know, the ones in the corner. I only stood with them for about 3 hours before I had to catch my bus. Yeah, this is before I had a car. Thus leaving them there. I kept in contact with them throughout the weekend, and they were still there, sending me pictures of them with more and more pancakes. I saw them on Monday before class, and that's when Caster told me they got kicked out on Sunday and were threatened by the cops to never come back. It wasn't long after that there was a sign on the building that specifically states that the unlimited pancakes is for 1 day only. To this day, they are proud of this and still laugh at this. You may laugh as well. Sorry if this doesn't make sense and there wasn't much going on. This is a decade ago. I only remember the funny parts. When a neckbeard runs a fundraiser. The cast, aside from myself, Caster, and Dietrich, Haruhi, incel in the making, named himself after the titular character of the Melancholy of Haruhi Suzuya. I don't understand what that word is. About 5'5", mini afro, thick glasses. He hated me with a passion because of my chadness. Oh! Zero. Named himself after Zero from Mega Man X. He was the smartest out of all of us and was going for lab sciences. Often wore a smock. Gadget named himself after the Yu-Gi-Oh deck he ran at the time. He was interesting. He did not know what physical space was, and was on his way to inceldom. But then he stopped caring. Pinky, she named herself that because she really loved the color pink. She was a nun in the process. She literally would spread the word of God to us. Thankfully not at random times, only to those who asked. She was cool and sadly a target of Obelisk, but she always pushed him away with the power of Jesus. This happened in the fall semester of community college. Every club is doing their own fundraiser for club needs. Obelisk held a meeting in the basement of the theater building. Thankfully it wasn't cramped. It was pretty spacious, actually.
Alright, everyone. The time now is 13:45.
Yes, this fucker actually went by military time.
On the date of...
Date redacted.
This meeting is now in session. Give me ideas for a fundraiser.
We each look at each other, having never done a fundraiser before. Haruhi stood up and said, "Kissing booth." We all just looked at him with disbelief. He then laughed and said he was kidding. We knew he wasn't. Then he sat back down. Funny enough, Obelisk was writing all this down in his notebook. He saw me look at him and said,
I'm just keeping a record of everything going down. What you guys are doing and what's being said. Gotta make sure no one gets in trouble.
I just shrugged and looked at the rest of the group. Castor and Dietrich seemed uninterested, and Zero was deep in thought. And then Gadget shouted, "Shaved ice!" Obelisk's eyes widened as he grinned.
Of course. It's hot as hell outside. Everyone will be wanting one. Gadget, you're in charge of getting the block of ice.
Gadget seemed a bit thrown off, but he nodded. Fast forward to the following week. Zero had a stand set up for us. Gadget brought a big-ass cube of ice. Castor brought 3 ice shavers, and Dietrich brought the flavoring. I brought cups and napkins. Pinky was in charge of the money. We all looked around and saw that one person was missing. Obelisk himself. We wondered where he was, but we had to get ready soon, so we did. As soon as we finished, we already had 2 people asking for shaved ice. Castor, Dietrich, and I started shaving the ice and putting them into cups. It was hard work. Not long afterwards, we start getting more and more people waiting. We try to keep up with the demand, and our arms are hurting. Had to tag out between everyone at least once that whole day, and still no sign of Obelisk. This went on for 5 hours until the shaved ice finished, and we gave the last shave ice to the last guest. We are all exhausted. And then we hear Obelisk's electric wheelchair scraping the ground as he comes to our stand. This fucker was holding a KFC bucket in his hand that was full of bones and chicken.
Hey guys, how'd it go? Sorry I couldn't be here to help. I had business to take care of.
Honestly, we're too tired to care where he was. And to be honest, with his wheelchair, he would have only been a hindrance more than anything. He looked at the register and saw that it was full of money. He grabbed it and put it in his bag.
I'll take that. I'll deposit it into my special account for the club.
He then took off with the cash in tow, and we were left there to clean up. It was not a fun day, and we were tired as fuck. You would think he would have at least offered to help clean up. But whatever. This won't be the last time that he let us down. When a neckbeard takes the club out to a movie. Alright, second to last chapter. This happened 2 weeks after the fundraiser. Obelisk invited the club out to Alhambra to watch the latest movie, the Clash of the Titans remake, in 3D no less. We all had to drive ourselves, so we met him at the theater. He, of course, was late, because he doesn't believe in driving cars. He only takes buses. So we are all there waiting for him, same people from the fundraiser, wondering where he is. He shows up 3 hours later. Thankfully, this movie had multiple showings, or we would have been more angry at him. He bought our tickets as an apology for being late. 1 movie later, we're all disappointed because the movie sucked. Obelisk was more angry that he had paid full price for all of us. He was raging in the theater lobby and pounding his stubby hands on the armrest. Security asked him to leave. He did, but not before flipping off the security guard. We all sighed in disgust as we had to follow him out. We apologized to the guy as we left. Obelisk was already almost to the stoplight when we got out. I called out to him and said for him to wait for us. Fucker was just about to abandon us. What the hell, man? He sighed and suggested going to the comic shop. We agreed and walked to it, only to find that it had been closed for remodeling. Oh, this set him off again.
This is fucking bullshit. This is the worst day ever. First, my mom was bitching at me about health, and plus this lady, I paid so much money for a shit movie, and now this.
I swear, he almost did it. He almost read. But sadly, he stopped himself and started rolling away.
I'm going home. Do whatever you guys want. I don't care.
He left with a huff, and with us dumbfounded. Castor sighed and offered to let us hang at his house. He didn't live far away, so we agreed. Turned out we had more fun at Castor's house than we had with Obelisk. Castor had 5 Xbox 360s, and each with a copy of Battlefield 3, so we basically just played online on 5 TVs. It's pretty cool. Holy fuck, my eyes are hurting. Sorry if this was too long for your video, Moonhorse. It is never too long. Hope you enjoy it, and I hope you guys got a few laughs out of it. Like I said, it's been a long time since all this happened, so forgive me if some of it seems off. I have one more story of Obelisk left, and boy, it's a doozy. I won't say much about it, but I'll give this title. When a Neckbeard ruins a club. Oh yeah, it's that bad. Until then, my friends, Babsy-kun is out. I am excited for this next story, and this guy sounds like... Oh, he sounds like fun. Oh, oh god. So much fucking neckbeardy, insilly cringe in one place. It's magical. It is magical. I really wish he would have, though. I've only seen people do that once or twice in person, where somebody gets so mad at something, they're just like, wee! It fucking kills me every time. Holy shit. It's super fucking funny. So, I do really want to hear what this next part of your story is, though, so please, whenever you get a chance, send it to us. And if any of you have a story you'd like to send in, you can do that by going to r/Moonhorse Stories and sending it there. And if you'd like to keep the lights on in this place, you can do that by donating to Patreon or by going to the merch store and doing something there. And there is a design contest on right now until the end of July. That would be the 31st of 2019. And if you would like to design something that may wind up on a Moonhorse shirt or a mug or something like that, feel free to do so. This is not a profit contest. There is no money involved, so sorry about that. This is mostly just for exposure. You can submit your designs to r/Moonhorse Stories, or there's a special channel just in the Discord server for exactly that. I really cannot wait to see what you guys make, honestly. It sounds like it's going to be really fucking cool. So, thank you all very much for watching this. I love you all so very, very much. And have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you. I don't know. It's YouTube. You can watch these videos at any time. So, I'll see you in the next one.
Okay, goodbye.